If there's one surefire thing that would infuriate a liberal, it's anything to do with the president or his successful presidential campaign, where he beat the beloved Hillary on her own home turf. If you'd like to twist that knife of anguish even further that you've no doubt triggered, add in anything to do with illegals, Mexico or a wall between us and Mexico. The aforementioned scenario is a surefire way to prompt outrage on the part of any liberal and especially the leadership of Mexico. Since they as a country have gotten to send all of their undesirables over the border to the United States for the past few decades, it's understandable that they wouldn't want to lose that cushy situation. Add to that the problem that there's zero existence of liberals understanding what constitutes a flourishing economy or a good leader, and President Trump can't seem to do anything that would make the frustrated liberals okay with his presidency. His most recent offense was making some new and improved trucker hats just in time for his trip to Mexico. But instead of saying "Make America Great Again," they say "Make Mexico Great Again." Whether that was meant as a sincere sentiment, or a nod to the president's plan to aid the country in keeping their residents, either way, it's completely his right where and even a nice slogan. However, as you can imagine, a few people aren't happy about the idea. In fact, according to BizPac Review, neither liberals nor Mexican diplomats found the hats humorous. Liberals don't want anything to be great. They especially don't want Mexico to become a prosperous independent nation where its constituents love it so much they stay put, instead of clamoring to get out. Obviously that last part was a little jab at the nation who is so in favor of open borders because the traffic tends to flow predominantly north, not south into their country. In case you're wondering what the offending hats look like, here's a picture of one, the headgear that is to be worn by Trump administration staffers for their trip to our neighbor to the south. President Trump apparently has more than one mission while in Mexico. He wants to pass on some tips on how to win an election to any of the Mexican politicians that need a boost. Trump told Fox Business Network's Lou Dobbs that some Mexican candidates were wearing "Make Mexico Great Again" hats to give them an edge. And why wouldn't they? It worked for Trump, bigly. In fact, they wore a hat, a green hat that says "Make Mexico Great Again," Trump said. They call them the Donald Trump of politics. They have a couple of them, actually. Trump's statement sent certain members of the Mexican and U.S. press into a tizzy. Univision anchor Enrique Acevedo quickly tweeted, "Not true." Mexican officials don't seem too delighted at the idea of any Donald Trump emulators working their way up in Mexican politics. After all, truth, justice and the American way should probably stay in America if you're a diplomat for a country that tends to skirt democratic process and fair trails at every possible opportunity. In fact, Mexican diplomat Jorge Gallardo called President Trump's claim a big fat lie. While we don't yet have confirmation about the candidate that President Trump mentioned wearing a "Make Mexico Great Again" hat, we do have proof of Rudy Giuliani and Jeff Sessions both wearing the controversial piece at a rally in Arizona last year. Giuliani fired up the crowd with his "Make Mexico Great Again" also cap at a Trump rally in Arizona. So, was the claim that actual Mexican candidates wore the hats either wishful thinking or misunderstanding on Trump's part? Perhaps. But, the sheer frustration it induced in liberals says everything. After all, what would regressives do if Mexicans became self-sufficient in their own country and libs could no longer virtue signal off the backs of the downtrodden? It's understandable that Mexicans would be frustrated with President Trump. Up to now, every president in recent history has been willing to play ball and bend to the will of our neighbors to the south, whereas President Trump has been nothing but trouble for Mexico. Even before he was officially sworn into office, then President-elect Trump intervened in several large companies moving their factories south of the border. If you're looking out for the interests of Mexico, Donald Trump is bad news. However, if you're interested in prospering the United States, President Trump is exactly what you need. No matter how much Mexico wants to pressure or shame him, or how many pitiful villages they trot out that have been kept in poverty to prove how much help they need, The president is always going to look out for America first, as he should. H/T, BizPack Review, share if you're glad the president is willing to look out for America first.